Shalom. I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching this truth according to the Bible. I'm going to do a reaction real quick, short one, to Elder Pastor Tahar's video on Vocab alone, saying how GMS is going off when we're talking about Revelation 13 or Revelation 9, the mark of the beast, MOTB, and the 200,000, those missiles, which we teach are those missiles that are going to hit the United States and destroy Babylon the Great. Okay. Let's go into this and just listen to what he has to say about these chapters.
GMS is out here running talking about, the RFID chip is the mark of the beast.
Okay, well, let's hit this. Revelation 13, of course. Revelation 13, we'll start at 16, because this is really to the point of Revelation 13 and what he's talking about and what we teach. So it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads. Okay, let's go into this word mark. All right, if we go down to the bottom here, charagma in the Greek.
Strong's G 5480.
Charagma.
Charagma. Charagma.
So the word is charagma. Okay, what does it mean? It means a stamp, right, which is a physical implementation, an imprinted mark, right, in physical implementation, right, of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of followers of the Antichrist, which is Esau Edom's system, right, his belief system, his political system, his financial system. And really, this charagma is really the main component of it is the financial system, the financial side of the Antichrist beast system. All right. This is why there's a major push in these Western countries to go to a digital financial infrastructure. OK. Thing carved, sculpture, graven. OK, so this charagma that everybody's going to receive in their forehead or in their right hand. Right. This is going to be a physical implementation on your physical person. All right. This is not metaphorical language. This is not a representation of something like sin or anything else like that. This is an actual device, okay, that we're talking about. This charagma. All right. Go back. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And we already see a lot of these companies. There's companies in the world that have these microchips in their employees. There's United States military personnel that have these chips in their hands and their foreheads. There's this technology all over the world currently being implemented. All right. So this is something that's already here. All right. Companies like Neuralink, who implant chips in the brain, right, where it says in their foreheads. Companies like Neuralink, who implant microchips in the brains of individuals, right, so they can do these different things. I read a post earlier today that said a rival company. See, Neuralink is not the only company that will implant chips in your brain or bionic body parts and stuff like that. There's a rival company to Neuralink that just gives somebody their eyesight back, okay, via one of these chips. Okay. But the main focus is on the financial side of this thing, right? Because the financial world or the ability for someone to participate in the world economic system or commerce, all right, the trade and barter system, the financial transaction aspect of life. That is how you survive. OK, that's how everybody lives. If you're unable to participate in commerce, you can't participate in anything in society. Right. So if you don't have your own food and water system and energy systems and ability to build your own shelters and make your own clothes, you gotta participate in commerce. All right. And nobody does that, especially not in the United States, especially not Jake in the United States. And verse 17 says, and that no man might buy or sell. If you go back to verse 16, he says it causes all. Okay, so this is all men, women, and children. Okay, both small, right? That goes into someone who's not very important, from the lowest level, people in society, all the way, and great, right? Which is your celebrities, your politicians, and all those people, right? They're all going to get this mark. Why? Because the one thing everybody has in common is the need for us to be able to participate in commerce, rich and poor. Verse 17 says, and that no man might buy or sell. And this is the main aspect to this, right? Where it says, and that no man might buy or sell. Okay, that right there is commerce. Okay. That is how we know this is an actual practical, physical implementation based on your adherence, your submission to Esau Edom's system, and allowing him to implant you with a charagma, an engraving, an incision, a mark, right? Because it affects your ability to buy or sell, okay? Which really means survive. Okay. Save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay. So right here, I want to focus on where it says might buy or sell. If you don't get this mark, you won't be able to buy or sell. Now, if we look at the current situation and the current state of things with regards to the financial aspects of the West, we know that the United States dollar is the world reserve currency. Okay. And we know that it's falling and it's being devalued. Okay. Which is all according to their plan. They are doing that on purpose so that they can funnel everybody that's going to be affected by the fall of the dollar into their new system, which is why at the same time that the dollar is being devalued, you see this massive influence and massive wave of attention toward a financial system that is digital. All right. You're seeing a massive focus on cryptocurrencies and central bank digital currencies and things that are not tangible, but in fact digital or electronic. Something that really doesn't exist except for it be on a screen. And the reason why they want this to go there is because that can be 100% controlled by the elites. All right. When you have cash, right, those paper dollars, those greenbacks, you can't control it 100%. People can transact betwixt one another without the authorities knowing about it when they use cash between persons. However, when all transactions are put onto a digital system, it can all be monitored and controlled. All right. So there will be a digital financial system. The United States dollar will go down and it will destroy the United States. Okay. But this is what they want. Why? Because what is one of their most famous mantras? Order ab chaos, which means order out of chaos. They're going to create a problem, right? The collapse of the dollar, the collapse of society, desperate need, hunger, famine, the ability for people to participate in a market, right? They're going to take all that away and it's going to be Mad Max out here and people are going to be desperate. Okay, this is what they do. All right, they're going to then bring a solution once everybody's desperate enough and suffering enough and they're willing to have anybody, anything save them from their situation. When the beast, Esau Edom system comes in and says, hey, we have a solution. All right. You take this little chip, this charagma, right? And you'll be able to buy and sell again, right? We'll have a secure financial infrastructure set up for you. We can all go back to normal if we all just take this charagma micro C hip and you put it in your right hand and you just swipe it. You don't even need your credit cards. You don't need a wallet anymore. You don't need anything. All of your information, your medical information, your financial information, right? Your identification is all going to be on a digital device the size of a grain of rice. Okay? And this is what's going to happen. They're going to offer this, what seems like a convenience, right, to the world. They're going to offer it to people. All right. And it's going to use 5G technology to connect to their system. Right. And eventually the ones who are of the elect, since we understand that this scripture is coming, we understand that we are not to take this. OK. You know, we're not to take this mark. OK. And it says, even here in the verse before 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right. Right. And that goes into AI as well. That goes into AI. OK. And that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Those of us who do not consent unto this new system, unto this new world order, unto their AI programs, into their computerized systems and their digital control. They're actually going to get to the point where eventually it's going to be made mandatory. And if you do not, you will be killed. OK, that's just part of it. OK, and it's all the plan of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for this to come forth. All right. But the main point is the buy or sell. You know, that's how we know it has to do with commerce in the financial system. All right. So that's that micro C hip. Let's go into what else he said. I believe he talked about Revelation 9.
You know where it says there's going to be 200 million soldiers, a large number of soldiers in Revelation. They teach that those are nuclear missiles coming on upon America.
Okay, so he's talking about Revelation 9, the 200 million soldiers. Okay, let's go to that real quick. Revelation chapter 9, I believe it starts over here, verse 16, and it says, and the number of the army of the horsemen. Okay, so these are horsemen who were 200,000, which is 200 million. Okay. And I heard the number of them, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire. Okay, and the reason why we teach these are the missiles is because, okay, of course, if this was an actual army with actual men, horses are not used in battle or warfare anymore. That's an old technology. Okay, that's old systems. That's an old way of doing things. So, of course, these are not actual men sitting on horses invading the United States. OK, it says, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire. OK, those breastplates of fire are those combustion separation stages. When you see a ballistic missile launched into the air, it goes through stages. Okay, first is the ignition stage, where it takes off from the silo or wherever it's being launched from, the nuclear submarine. All right, those breastplates of fire are those rings of fire that separates the different fuel compartments. Once a rocket reaches a certain altitude or reaches a certain distance in its travel, you're going to see it separate itself. And it will look like a flash, right? A flash of fire, right? You can look up videos on this and how these nuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles actually work. And you'll see a great illustration, okay? And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone. Okay, that's that fire again. Brimstone comes from fire. Okay, brimstone is just another way of saying lava or very hot rock. Okay, And the heads of the horses were as heads of lions. And they say that because the head of the missile is where the actual warhead is. Okay, that's why they call it a warhead, right? And they say it is as a lion because where is the lion's power? Where is a lion's deadly force coming from? It comes from its teeth, which are in its head, its mouth. Okay. And the heads were the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire. Okay. So out of the mouths of men, out of the mouths of lions, do lions breathe fire? No. This is talking about nuclear intercontinental ballistic missile warheads, which actually do issue fire out of their heads. The warhead, the delivery package, the what do they call it? The payload, okay, issues fire and smoke and brimstone. I don't see why it's so hard to understand that these are talking about intercontinental ballistic missiles. How is that a crazy idea? Even for people who don't understand and do not have the spirit on them, they could probably see that this is actually talking about missiles, because we're talking about fire and brimstone and smoke. And it says by these was a third part of men killed. What weapon is powerful enough to kill the third part of men? Can anybody name me a weapon that can do that? The only weapon known to mankind that can do that is a nuclear missile. So Vocab Malone, again, we know he's bugged out. We know he's just an agent of the devil. All right. We know he's just a goddamn demon. All right. He really doesn't know what he's talking about. And he's just coming against the Hebrew Israelites because, he's scared. And he understands that what we're saying is true, and that he's just trying to find a way to get out of his punishment. But as the Lord says, he will not turn away the punishment of Edom. OK, and this is the Edomite we're dealing with here. And he just doesn't want to accept the fact that vengeance is coming upon the nation of Edom, which is his people. All right. So I just wanted to hit those two prophecies real quick. If you want to watch the rest of this video, subscribe to the Elder Apostle Tahar. Of course, if you follow GMS, you should automatically be following Elder Apostle Tahar and Elder Apostle Gabar. All right. So with that, I'm going to say shalom, all praise, glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone for teaching this truth.